Welcome to Manifesting Through Motherhood. I'm your host, Lindsay Williams, a self-development mentor, entrepreneur and author, dedicated to helping busy mums like you manifest success, balance and create passive income on your terms. With years of experience in mindset, manifestation, fitness, parenting and business growth, I share simple yet powerful strategies to help you transform your life without the overwhelm. If you're ready to up-level your mindset, build a thriving business and create the life you truly deserve, you're in the right place. You can also find all my books on Amazon, packed with tools to help you manifest and grow. So don't forget to follow the podcast to be updated on all new episodes. And let's get going. Welcome back, ladies. How is everybody doing? So I am putting a cheeky one out this Monday. And I will be actually at a spa night. I couldn't say anything on my socials because it's for my friend's mum's surprise 60th. So we are there now. And well, when you're listening to this, I'll be waking up in a hotel and I've had a lovely spa and a chill. And that's what it is all about. I actually had a spa on Wednesday because I went to look at a venue for an event next year. And this was coincidentally, it was on the same week. So I'm there with my mum and her partner's mum and her auntie. So it was just really nice that we are celebrating. She didn't want a big party, so yeah, we're doing this instead. So it's really nice. Would have had a lovely meal. And it's really nice that we have things to look forward to. And that's what I want to talk about today is how to manifest on the right frequency and how to attract what's meant for you. Because sometimes we can be just banging our head against the wall, nothing's coming through because our negativeness will be coming through. So we're just struggling all the time, but we can get on the right frequency. We all fall off the frequency, me included, because if I get into my head about things, I start to see it. Things start to change financially and energetically. My mood drops because things can drop. And it's healthy that it does drop because if it was high all the time, there'd be nothing to look forward to. There'd be nothing to manifest. So it kind of like gets our head back in the game because we just keep putting that one foot forward and reminding ourselves that actually this isn't in alignment and we know we need to make some like changes. And we can do all the affirmations, the vision boards and the journaling. That's the easy stuff. But if your energy isn't matching the vibe of what you're asking for, it's like trying to tune into Radio 1 while your dial still on Heart FM. So let's unpack how to tune your frequency on purpose so you can attract what's truly meant for you. Because we do deserve it. We are busy mums, grands, we work hard, and why shouldn't we have things for us? So let's understand the frequency. Everything is energy. Your thoughts, emotions, actions, all of it sends out a signal to the universe. Think of it like a radio tower. You attract what you broadcast. If you're constantly tuned into stress, comparison and lack, you'll keep calling in situations that reflect that back to you. But when you shift into gratitude, joy and possibility, suddenly things start to flow. Opportunities pop up. People appear and things just feel so much lighter. It isn't luck, it's alignment, because when we start putting in a little extra graft, we start to see more money coming in. We end up waking up every day and we're feeling like today's a good day. And we're saying that more than today's a bad day. I wake up thinking, what a really good day I've had, and this has happened and that's happened. If you're getting through a week and a month where you're in total abundance, you're doing something right, you are on the right frequency. So, if you're thinking, why isn't my manifestation working? I need you to ask yourself, what station am I really tuned into right now? So how do we look for the signs that you are on the wrong frequency? And we've all been there. You might just feel out of alignment, you're just not getting your desires, because sometimes we're just forcing things instead of it just flowing naturally. When we are seeing resistance, a month will pass by and then another month and then you're just kind of lost and you just don't know where you're going. You start to feel jealous when you see other people succeed. You start to doubt yourself or overthink the how. And you keep checking if it's working instead of just trusting the process. And it's okay. Awareness is the first step. We need to see what's in front of us. But we can shift your frequency. We can do it in minutes. And it doesn't take any fancy rituals or hours of meditation. We don't have the time. So let's look at some practical ways to shift that energy fast, because we don't really have the time, do we? When we're busy during the day, we need fast results. So these are my go-tos. Number 1, gratitude resets everything. Every morning, say out loud 3 things you're grateful for. Even if it's just a coffee, that, your child's had a really good night's sleep and there's no drama, or just having some quiet moments. These are the moments that you actually think, oh, this has gone good today. Because when we tell ourselves when we're telling ourselves bad things in the morning, negative things, then you're not on the right frequency. But if good things are happening, we need to recognise those and we need to be grateful. Because then what we tend to do is then the universe is saying, well, actually, this frequency is good for her. And that's what we want. We want an ease frequency. I've got the child with additional needs. I need ease. And it's not always like that. But because I'm at a good frequency with him, and I don't yell at him, and I give myself time to get up in the morning, and I get myself ready first, and I'll do my exercise. I'll prepare everything at night, the lunch box, the bag. There's no stress in the morning for me, because I'm not on that frequency of stress and chaos. I can't do it because ADHD in the house. I can't do it because it's just going to be chaotic, and I'm just going to trigger him, and then it's going to trigger me for the day. So I need gratitude. And actually, my son actually says a lot of the time, he has a lot of gratitude and he's grateful. If I start to yell or do anything that's different from what he's used to, I see a shift straight away. His demeanour changes. So I'm trying to keep the peace. We need to keep the peace in the morning. Another thing is move your body. I like to go on my walking plate. We always do a dance in the kitchen. Well, we just do it on one spot. I'll put some music on and I get him moving around a little bit because he's got hypermobility, and I'm trying to get him to move and do things, because he doesn't do like exercise as you would with normal children, like would go to a lot of after school clubs, they would be in football clubs. He doesn't do those types of things. He has hydrotherapy at school, so it's those types of exercises that he would have at school. So I try and move his body, because then it elevates his mood, it doesn't trigger him too much, creates them endorphins. Then we cuddle and we just hug each other and we feel good, and he smiles and I get lots of kisses. So it just creates a completely different feel, and it just raises the vibration of the whole house. And if it's just me and my son doing it and my husband's coming down, he's like, what are you two doing? So then he joins in a little bit, so we have like a family cuddle. So if your house is crazy in the morning, and you all imagine, like, you could have a household where it's crazy, you're arguing, you're always going to be on that frequency and of just conflict in the house. Or you can make the house happy with what you have. You don't have to have a lot of money. You don't have to have a lot of things and aesthetically nice things. Just make life happy in your home. As long as you're home, you can make it the best you can do. Children don't see that. Children just want a happy home. They just want to see you smile. And if I even look a little bit glum, my son will say, are you all right? Are you sad? Or he'll say to me, you're in a good mood. And I'm like, I'm always in a good mood. He always says that all the time. Or if he asks for something and I say, yeah. And I say, well, you get a lot from me if you are good. So he knows that. So it's just keeping those things going for me in the house. Because if I start changing things up a bit, they don't work. So exercise, move your body, do things together. So number 3, this is a big one for me, is protect your energy. Limit what and who you consume online. If you scroll and feel worse, unfollow or mute. Don't owe anyone your peace. I always say protect your peace, especially if you go on your phone. Mine's on Do Not Disturb now, and sometimes I don't even put it on till 8:30 because I say I've got lots of notifications, because we can see something really negative and it's usually something about the news, and we could be feeling really good. We've tuned in on this really high frequency, then we put our phones in on, and then what happens? Or we might have a message off somebody unsavoury, or something happens for that day at work, and we really don't want to deal with it because we've actually had a really good morning with our children, our family. We've looked after it ourselves. I've done my journaling, I've done my planning, so I'm just sorted then. I don't want anyone disrupting my peace. I've done that in the past for so long. We can just let people take over our energy. And even if you're living with somebody that is a bit of a mood hoover, that does consume your energy, we can actually protect. There's lots of ways you can protect yourself. And when your vibration and your energy field starts to increase and get more positive, then you'll start to see a little bit of a shift within the household. So I've worked with clients before, and they've got this going on at home, or people around them, and parents and whatnot. So we can, because sometimes we can be in the bestest mood, we can have everything sorted, and somebody can pull us down and move our frequency. So we need to make sure that we're keeping it where it should be. Number 4, visualize with emotion. When you imagine your goal, feel what it's like as if it's already happened. That feeling, that's the frequency. So I've just run a bath, and I've got about 2 hours before my husband gets home from work, and I'm like, yes, I'm going to have a eye mask. I'm going to shave my legs because I'm going to put some tan on, getting ready for the weekend and for my spa night, and I'm getting myself ready. So I've got a bit of time for me. And what I do when I'm in the bath, I visualise. So I think about my intentions, even though it's a weekend. I always think ahead. What's my intentions for the week? How am I going to succeed? And I visualise them. So I visualise. I know what's coming ahead next week, so I look at my diary. So then what I do, I look at every day. How do I want every day to run and feel? And what do I want to surrender? And so then you can look at your week and visualise it and have such a better outcome. And it does start to work, and you can like preempt your feelings around situations, and you can kind of deal with them before it happens. So I've really learned how to master this quite well. Instead of panicking and stressing about things that you can't have no control over, we are better sometimes to just visualise and deal with any emotions like that are ahead. And this is why I like journaling and all the manifesting it in your planners, because you can actually write everything down. And I think when your brain dumps it, you're great then, because you're good to go. So you can actually write it down. This is what's going to happen, and you can kind of deal with it before it's actually happened. And sometimes these things don't actually happen. Number 5, surrender and trust. This can be hard, but letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting that what's meant for you won't miss you. Because sometimes we see something, we want it, we feel resistance. And you know what? I feel like if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. Boo-hoo, move on, Lindsay. Just get a grip. When I was younger, I wouldn't have had that approach. But now I'm older. If it's not meant to be, well, yeah, we can have a sad day or things. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. There's nothing I can do about it, because it's like going for a job and you don't get it. Well, it wasn't meant for you, because if it was, it would happen. Yeah, we work hard, and if we've done everything possible, we've prepared, we've got our outfit, we've done our research, and you just sometimes, when you go for a job, I'm just using this example, and we just kind of know we're not going to get it, because 9 times out of 10, there's already somebody within the establishment that's going to get the job. But it's like you've got to follow protocol, got to go for the job anyway. But sometimes we just think that job isn't meant to be. But what I feel like, if you're meant to be having a job, or that you've gone in with something and you've got a really good rapport with the person, this is a really good sign. I feel like if you've got that really good, you're getting on with somebody you're going for the job for, and you've got them really good vibes when you're going for a job, that is a really good sign you are going to get the job. I just feel like the universe doesn't give us things when we need them. Sometimes we might feel like we need them, but once we start accepting that it's not meant for us, then the next thing will come in, and it could be literally the next day something can come forward. But it frustrates me so much when I see so many people are like so down and out about things, which I get, and it's frustrating when we don't get things. But we should get to an age, and you're probably at an age listening to this podcast, 30 plus and up, that we've been there and had some life experiences. Nothing's black and white. We have to just make sure that we are being good citizens. We are doing everything we can. We're looking after our health and wellness. Why can't we design our life? Why can't we have our own radio frequency? We can design our own Go and call yourself, go and think of a name for your frequency and think, mine could be like Pink FM because I love pink. And that's it. So if I feel like I'm falling off my frequency, I can visualize that Pink FM. So now I've got the pink radio wave and I feel like I can take myself back there. And what is Lindsay's Pink FM, frequency like? Well, it's happy, it's joyful, it's abundant, it's grateful. Create your own frequency and stay in your lane. Stay on that frequency. And when you come off it, you will feel yourself come off it. Journal. That's what I say. So, because manifesting isn't about being perfect or high vibe 24/7. It isn't normal to be like that. It's about noticing when you've slipped off your frequency and just gently bringing yourself back. So if you do have an off day, just don't panic, just reset, take a breath, do something that makes you feel good. Because feeling good is the fastest way to realign. And just remember, what's meant for you won't pass you by, but you have to meet it halfway by matching the energy of the version of you who already has it. So here's a little challenge for today. Ask yourself, what frequency am I operating on right now? Go and write it down on a piece of paper. If it's not the one that matches your dreams, pick one small thing you can do to shift it today. A walk, a gratitude list, a song that makes you feel unstoppable. I love creating playlists for working out or going in the gym, because when you raise your frequency, your whole world shifts. Music does this for me. Gratitude, affirmation cards. I just pop them around the house so we can change what's in front of us. Pick your own FM radio. What does it look like? Where do you want to be? And kind of visualize yourself back there when you drop off. Once we start getting in a pattern of feeling when things feel off, I feel like we can get back to that place. And last week, I just wanted to switch myself off a little bit. I've just been letting things naturally take its course. I've been busy in the salon. I was sorting my event out with my friend Nicola, and I've got my spa this weekend. So I'm like, I've been exercising. I've been back at the gym, and I've been like, my frequency has elevated a little bit. Next week could drop a little bit, a few decibels, but it's fine. It just goes up as long as I'm not dropping too much. I mean, I'd drive everybody crazy if I was on this high frequency. And it is hard because sometimes people try and pull us down because they're like, oh, your energy's too much today. And don't let anyone ever bring you down with your energy. If people can't match your energy, that's their problem. And you need to tell them to get on your wavelength, because sometimes it's them, not us. We should never try and meet people where we are. My energy towards my husband's just a beautiful soul. He's just on a really, his frequency is just, it's just the same. It's just great all the time. I'm just erratic sometimes. And he just like, he's living with my son and me. He's just great. He's like the undertone to my frequency, and it keeps me balanced. And that's what we do. We don't have to vibe at the same frequency. I've got this going on, that going on. And honestly, I say to my husband, like, how'd you put up with me? And he just giggles. He's like, I'm just used to you. Because he's older than me and he's been there, done that. I'm on the t-shirt and he's absolutely chill and zen. And I'm like, I'm so ambitious and passionate about things. But you know what? He doesn't ever say anything. He just lets me get on with what I want to get on to. He's always like pushing me. So because he's not got the opposite effects of me, and he's always supporting me, that I'm able to keep my frequency going. And you're always going to be surrounded by people that are down, up and down. It's very undulating. But it's just life. It is what it is. If we was all the same, then the world would be a perfect place, wouldn't it? So anyway, I've had really good feedback since the last podcast on the women that I've been working with on the manifestation container. So if you are still thinking of booking a one-to-one, I'm going away in a couple of weeks. If you want to book a one-to-one before that or get going, send me a message or just book through the link tree. Sometimes we are not sure what to do, and if you are honestly feeling stuck, it's an absolute bargain, the one-to-one, and it will just reset you in an hour. That's all it's. If I can change if this podcast and you feel motivated from this podcast, imagine what a one-to-one would be like. And it's not that. You can think about doing things for you, maybe looking at creating some digital products, doing a book, launching a podcast. I mean, I can really tweak it and bespoke it to what you need. And I had another lovely lady, Lisa. She's actually a new client to my salon. She knows who she is, and she messaged me and she's bought my brain dump book. So thanks, Lisa, for that. And this is the thing, I've got resources on Amazon that can help you with your journey, because sometimes we need to just go through nitty-gritty things at home, start working in the background for you, because that's all it is sometimes. It's just doing little things that can raise your vibrations, and start thinking, actually, what can I do going forward to start making a change for me, and how do I start creating the best life, that's for me and my family. So anyway, if you like the podcast, please leave me a review, share it with your friends, and yeah, I will leave it there. So anyway, have a great day, and I will speak to you all in the week. See you later. If you're feeling called to go deeper, to align more, create more, and really step into that next version of you, you'll find everything you need in my link tree. From my book, Manifesting Through Motherhood, to powerful resources and ways we can work together. It's all there waiting for you. Come and find me on Instagram or Facebook. I love hearing what landed with you. Don't forget to follow the podcast, and if this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who is on their own journey too. And happy manifesting.